Coming up on WUFT's First at 5, it's Pedestrian Safety Month, and the Gainesville Police Department is cracking down on cyclists and pedestrian safety. We're live at one of the most vulnerable intersections for accidents.
A pro-Palestinian group voices its thoughts on the Israel-Hamas conflict on University Avenue, plus other plans to share the message. Derrah?
We've had gorgeous blue skies all day today. We'll talk about how long this view is going to last when I see you in just a few minutes.
First at 5, from the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Welcome to WUFT News First at 5. I'm Daniella Rudolph.
And I'm Cristina Santiago. Thank you for joining us. Protecting bicyclists and pedestrians. That's the goal of the Gainesville Police Department's latest initiative. The department will increase patrols to help keep more people safe.
WUFT's Bailey Korinek is live on East University Avenue, one of the spots most prone to accidents. Bailey, you spoke with the family members of a child who is glad that there is change after their loved one was killed.
In 2021, 4-year-old Dylan Roberts was hit by a car here and died. He was crossing this busy street on his way home from the Fred Cone Park. City leaders recently renamed Northeast 26th Terrace to Dylan Roberts Road last Thursday in his honor, but nearly 2 years after his death, GPD received a $40,000 grant to put towards education and enforcement efforts for 2024 as part of the High Visibility program.
I cry sometimes because I miss him.
One split second is all it took for Travis Bradley Jr.'s life to change forever. His little brother Dylan died after he was hit by a car. Travis sees drivers speed in this area often.
One time it was a truck going like zoom. I'm like, dang boy, just chill out. Let's take it easy, man.
Sergeant Lynn Valdez in the Gainesville Police Department Traffic Unit decided to take a stronger approach to prevent accidents. She leads an educational campaign to share the roads safely.
The implementation of the pedestrian hybrid beacon at 2626 East University Ave, the hope is to actually provide a safe crosswalk to the kids, the family, the neighbors there that often cross the street to go to the park.
Dylan Roberts' mom, Megan Durant, worked with city leaders to install the new walkway across University Avenue. Alachua County ranks in the top 25 Florida counties for traffic crashes with serious or fatal injuries. To reverse this trend, officers will begin to pay extra attention to jaywalkers, speeding drivers, texting while driving, and those who fail to stop at crosswalks.
It helps younger kids in this area because we begin to teach them at a young age safety around roadways, safety at crosswalks, and being able to safely cross the road.
Bradley's not sure if he feels 100% safe.
It's crazy sometimes. At nighttime be the worst.
But the new crosswalk puts him at ease.
Very good. Victory. Yeah. Yep. It feels good.
The High Visibility Enforcement Program starts this month through May 2024, and Marion County is participating as well. Funding for this program was provided by the University of North Florida's Institute of Police Technology and Management, which is funded by FDOT. Sergeant Valdez says the grant money allows officers to pass out tip cards and information versus solely giving out citations. Live in Gainesville, Bailey Korinek, WUFT News.
Student organizations from the University of Florida will come together later this week to support both Palestine and Israel. This joint walkout comes after last night's protest. The Party for Socialism and Liberation organized this protest on West University Avenue last night. It began at 5:15 p.m. and lasted for almost 3 hours, with about 45 people in attendance. They called for Israel deoccupying Palestinian territories and ending U.S. aid to Israel. The Arab Student Association, Jewish Voice for Peace, and Students for Justice in Palestine will be holding a joint walkout and visual this Wednesday at 5 p.m. starting at 13th and University Avenue. We'll be providing updates from the event later this week.
President Biden honored some of the best and brightest minds in science and technology today. WUFT's Chris Will joins us live in studio. Chris, a University of Florida professor, was actually recognized among those winners.
That's right, me, Juan Gilbert, the UF computer science professor, was given the National Medal of Technology and Innovation. He was awarded for pioneering a universal voting system that makes voting more reliable and accessible. Gilbert was also recognized for increasing diversity in the computer science workforce.
The National Medal of Technology and Innovation has been awarded to Juan Gilbert of the University of Florida for protecting democracy.
The National Medal of Technology and Innovation is the nation's highest honor for technological achievement. Gilbert invented an open source voting system that accommodates people with physical disabilities and maintains secure voting. It was the first open source voting system used in federal, state, and local elections in the U.S.
And they have paved the way for a generation of other scientists and innovators to pursue their own discoveries, to unlock our nation's full potential. To all the honorees, thank you, thank you, thank you for your courage, for your perseverance, and maybe most importantly, for your integrity.
The National Medal of Technology and Innovation is based on the recommendation of a committee appointed by the Secretary of Commerce. More than 500 scientists have been awarded the honor since it was established in 1959. Reporting live in the newsroom, Chris Will, WUFT News.
Thank you, Chris. Now, the mild weather will remain at least for the time being.
And WUFT's Derrah has more on how long the sunny skies will stick around.
Here's a live look at our new Marion County cam. You can see those partly cloudy skies. Those clouds are starting to build in. It's in the low 80s right now. We're at 79 in Gainesville, 80 in Jacksonville, 80 down in Ocala, and 83 in Crystal River. Now across the southeast, we're looking at dry and pretty quiet conditions. No rain on the forecast right now, and we are seeing those clouds move on shore with that pretty dominant easterly flow this evening. Now we will be cooling down into the upper 60s tonight, and then eventually that'll give way to the upper 50s. But coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about the tropics. I'll time out those rain chances that you can expect tomorrow, and we'll also talk about that game day forecast in just a few minutes.
The University of Florida's 10th president has died at the age of 91. Charles E. Young became UF's president in 1999 after almost 30 years of leading the University of California, Los Angeles as chancellor. Young began at UF as interim president following John Lombardi, while the university searched for a replacement. But his position became permanent after the search had failed, and Young remained head until 2004. Some of his accomplishments include building major campus facilities, leading the development of UF's first university-wide strategic plan, increasing private contracts without jeopardizing UF employees' jobs, and implementing the employee classification system that's still in place today. Young's vice provost, Charles Frazier, says Young just had an inherent sense of what is just and right.
You no longer have to hold on to expired medication in your cabinet. The Alachua County Sheriff's Office will participate in National Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 28th. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you can drop off your unwanted medication at any Hitchcock's location in Alachua, Newberry, or Hawthorne. This is part one of the Drug Enforcement Agency's commitment to reducing overdoses and overdose deaths nationwide. If you're in Melrose, you can drop off your meds at HCA Florida Senior Healthcare Center, located on 5818 Center Street.
Coming up after the break, the battle between higher education and the federal judicial system rage on after the enactment of a new state law. What is at stake for schools in the matter? Next.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Several professors and students are challenging the new state law prohibiting instruction on certain general education topics. The group stood in front of a federal judge this week to oppose the law at state colleges and universities. The challenge, filed by members of the New College of Florida, seeks to block higher education officials from enforcing parts of the law. Some officials at New College say the plaintiffs lack legal standing to challenge the law, but the plaintiffs in this case, including New College sociology professor Sarah Hernandez, say the terms are vague and up for interpretation.
I do teach what I usually have taught, but that is at the risk that I just might not have my job. I don't know, next year, the year after, who knows, so that I might be disciplined. But I take that risk just because I believe in my field.
Under the measure, schools offering courses that do not comply with those parts of the law would not be eligible to receive performance-based funding. Such funding can total tens of millions of dollars for some universities. The judge said he expects to issue an ordinance within 10 days.
As spooky season is approaching, retail and pumpkin spending is rising. Studies show that this Halloween anticipates to be one of the most celebrated among Americans. The National Retail Federation reported Halloween spending is intended to reach unprecedented heights. Its survey found that this year spending will amount to $12 billion nationally, up by $2 million last year. Decoration spending, including pumpkin picking, is said to reach nearly $4 billion total. Discount stores are reportedly the hotspot for Halloween spending this year due to affordable pricing. A Dollar Tree in Alachua County can certainly attest, stocking Halloween products since August.
I think it's going to keep going until Christmas, like New Year, actually. Dollar Tree, yeah, and Dollar Tree is very busy. You know, we get probably 1,000 customers a day, so it's always traffic.
The National Retail Federation results come from an early September survey of 8,000 Americans. The researchers say this year's Halloween is returning to the way it was before the pandemic.
Alachua County real estate agents struggle to sell houses due to low inventory and high prices. A recent report from Rocket Homes says homes sold in Alachua County fell 24% from August to September, even though prices are still increasing, up 6% in the past year. Kayla Williams' real estate agent Jason Biles explains the recent trends.
So yeah, we still are in what we call as a seller's market. There's such a low inventory. So we're sitting at about 2.5 months of active inventory, which still indicates a seller's market.
Decreased sales are being blamed on higher rates, with the 30-year mortgage recently reaching 8%. This has left several homes unaffordable for many residents, which has kept sales numbers low. At the same time, people with low mortgage rates are not selling their homes, keeping inventory down. For now, low housing supply is winning out over low demand and keeping home prices up.
The U.S. Navy band Commodores is heading to Gainesville this week. It's on a national tour and will perform at the historic Thomas Center on Friday. The outdoor event will feature the 18-member jazz ensemble and jazz legends like Thad Jones and Wayne Shorter. The concert kicks off at 6:30. Recently, I have been enjoying this warm weather, not gonna lie.
I really hope it's gonna stick around for the game. Derrah, do you have good news for me?
It'll definitely stick around for the game, maybe that and even then some. We'll talk about that and I'll track the tropics for you when I see you on the other side of the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Here's a live look at Crystal River right now. Partly cloudy skies, but look how high those wind gusts are, up to 25 miles per hour. So it's definitely going to continue to be a breezy afternoon. Temperatures right now in the low 80s, but we got up to 84 today in Gainesville, so that's a bit above average, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures trend toward above average come late week. We're seeing that dry air, especially along the coast, being replaced with that moist air, especially because we have that easterly onshore flow, so that's increasing those rain chances for our coastal communities. But inland, we're looking at dry conditions. Wind speeds right now in Gainesville 23 miles per hour on average, everywhere sitting between 20 and even 25 miles per hour down toward Marion County, and those wind speeds are coming from the coast. That's where we're seeing the highest amount of wind gust. We'll have a beautiful sunset this evening, so you'll definitely want to get out there and enjoy that, and the weather will allow for it. We'll be cooling down, and then we'll see partly cloudy skies overnight tonight. Lows tonight in the 60s in Alachua County, and then we'll be inching toward the mid 60s as we get closer to Sumter County tonight. Tomorrow, we'll continue to see those partly cloudy skies. Temperatures a bit warmer, but nothing too hot. And we'll see highs today or tomorrow in Gainesville at 83 degrees, 82 in Palatka, 81 in Lake City, and 84 in Ocala. Now, those easterly winds are increasing our rip current risk through Thursday. So really great weather, but not a great time to get into the water. It's rough surf and high seas, so not the best couple of days to head out to the beach. But those onshore winds are also going to be pushing in a couple of showers tomorrow afternoon. Now, maybe we'll see a singular stray shower move through our area, but otherwise, those showers are going to stay along the east coast, and we're looking at dry conditions inland, just a bit of cloud cover tomorrow. The only thing we're tracking in the tropics is Hurricane Tammy. Now, it is going to slightly strengthen, but it's not going to make any impacts to the U.S. It'll just slightly strengthen before weakening and becoming a post-tropical depression by the end of the week. So for your game day, we're looking at warm temperatures, well above average. 87 will be your game day high. Will be cool and then warming up, and then those upper 80s will continue through Sunday. So we'll see that dry air build in, pushing temperatures into the upper 80s by next week.
It's Florida-Georgia week, and the Gators are feeling good coming off their bye week. Coming up, I'll be previewing this rivalry SEC matchup and what the Gators are saying heading into this game. All that and plenty more after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome into sports. I'm Bradley Shimel. It's Florida-Georgia week, and the buildup could not be any more exciting for this classic SEC matchup. The #1 ranked Georgia Bulldogs come into this matchup with an undefeated record for the second year in a row. The Dogs have not lost a regular season game since the 2020 season, when the Gators bested them in Jacksonville. Speaking of those Gators, they are sitting at 5-2 and feeling refreshed after their bye week. Florida quarterback Graham Mertz says that despite the time off, the team is locked in for this historic rivalry game.
Anytime you go into a game it's a rivalry game, you gotta appreciate that. You gotta enjoy that process, whether it's the whole week of seeing all the stuff on the TVs or all that. I mean, there's countless different things you do during a rivalry week, but yeah, I mean, we're excited for it. Another opportunity to play, and yeah, I'm excited for this team.
Kickoff for this game is scheduled for 3:30 p.m. in Jacksonville. Things are getting real, folks. The start of Florida men's basketball season is less than 2 weeks away, and the team is polishing things up as their regular season opener approaches. Last week, Florida held a secret scrimmage, and head coach Todd Golden says that it was a high-scoring affair. With 8 new players on the Florida roster, the team has valued every opportunity to gel together on and off the court. While Golden believes that the Gators are a good team, he believes the true test will come when they go against someone else.
With a team that has 8 new guys and only 2 guys that really had any rotational minutes last year, the way we play together is going to be something that we focus on and talk about and work on all the time. But for our first effort, I thought it was really good that way.
The Gators will tip off their season on Monday, November 6th against Loyola, Maryland. The high school volleyball playoffs continue tonight, and it's about that time. Time for the contenders to separate themselves from the pretenders. The regional quarterfinals begin tonight. PK Yonge is set to face Trinity Christian Academy, while Titusville takes on Santa Fe. North Florida Christian will play Oak Hall, and Countryside Christian will go up against St. Johns County. All of these matches are scheduled for 7 p.m. And to wrap things up, the NBA season is officially back tonight. The Orlando Magic will tip off their season tomorrow night at home against the Rockets, and the Miami Heat will host the Detroit Pistons. That's all for sports. I'm Bradley Shimel, WFT Sports.
Bulldogs and Gator fans alike are filling up RV City today in Jacksonville. More than 50 RVs are taking their spots as Florida-Georgia week officially begins. Spots are already sold out, and entrance is on a first-come, first-served basis. This year, the Florida Gators are the home team. Everbank Stadium gates will open at 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, and kickoff is at 3:30.
Before we go, let's get one last check on the weather.
Lows tonight in the low to mid 60s, feeling a little bit warmer on the coast with that onshore flow. But tomorrow is going to be another gorgeous day to get out and enjoy that sunny and breezy weather, with the exception of a few coastal showers. We'll continue seeing temperatures in the mid and upper 80s.
Thanks, Derrah. BBC World News is next, and the PBS News Hour is coming up at 7.
But your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org. Have a good night.